What is going on? Darth Sticks here, and today we are going to show 3 teams I use every Conquest. I don't regret gearing them up and can get you some awesome feats as well. The first up is CLS, a great Rebel team. He's good in a lot of other game modes, in GAC, in territory battles, in territory war. You are going to use CLS quite a bit. A lot of the characters are required at relics, so it is a good long-term investment. And I would recommend if you don't have him. Also good in Proving Grounds, does quite a few of the battles, and you can see here just ripping apart this team. Hans shoot first. It does require some Zetas to make this team work, but overall a really, really good team. We'll show another battle because that one went so fast. We do have quite a few data discs here applied to the team, and so that is making it a little faster and to get through these, especially if you're trying to rush through Conquest. Like, CLS is one of the faster teams to get through a lot of these and can get you some of the feats. We do have C-3PO. We have, Chewbacca. There's a couple of things in here that are like legendary events that you're going to have to get through. So you can see there, get through that. And when we're here, the mark, we do have voluntary Vanguard as one of the data discs we are using. And so it went on C-3PO. And just going through this team here, you can see lots of assists. So you may not want to use this, like those Ewok teams that are kind of annoying and have a ton of assists. This is not great against those. But overall, here we go. And he had a foresight on him. All right, we'll switch over and try to get rid of BB-8 here. Don't quite do it. And we lost C-3PO, so we'll lose a star, but that is okay. Still under a minute here to get through this team. And boom, there we go. And we will move on to the next one. CLS probably is one of the better teams just because it is used in so many different game modes. The next one I want to show you guys is going to be the Padme team. Padme, definitely very useful in Conquest, and then very useful in Proving Grounds. It takes out several teams in that as well that you can get to 3 stars. You can change this team up a little bit as well if you need to get certain feats like Foresight or other things. Instead of using C-3PO, you can use Grand Master Yoda in this instead. But it does have some overlap with CLS if you are using C-3PO, which can hurt because you do that stamina and everything there. But really here, if they're assisting and doing a bunch of stuff, you're getting extra protection, and then that converts to courage, and then you basically just start one-shotting everything. So that is the goal here. It can take, if they're assisting a ton, like teams that like to assist a lot, like the Ewoks or something like that, makes it a lot easier. I typically use that and just do basics until they're defeated on the Ewoks. And so Padme, definitely a really solid team. Does not have as much viability in GAC. You do have to change up the team comps. Anakin usually goes with Qui-Gon, and some of the other teams broken up, but it is still a great team in a lot of game modes. Here we've got, next up is Beskar Armor Mando with Han and Chewie, and then the other spot 4 and 5, you can kind of switch up whoever you want in this. Right now, I've got Dash and L3 just to kind of get through the node. L3 with the taunt and everything is very helpful. I do this sometimes if I'm trying to cheese a feat, like, have so-and-so survive, like if it said Scout Trooper or something like that. Even a low gear Scout Trooper is going to survive because you can see Bam is going to do that big AoE there with the Whistling Birds and going to take out quite a few people. So it is very, very effective for doing that. But if you need someone to survive, this is definitely the team to do it with. Bam, I know there was a Jawa feat a while back, like you had to have Jawa survive a certain amount. I just went and spammed this several times, and my gear, I don't even think he had gear. I don't even remember what gear tier he was, but throw Jawa on the team, everybody else tanks, voluntary Vanguard for the disc, and you can just get through that feat. Especially like these boss nodes, You know, this one says Scout Trooper has to survive, so you could go back through, replay it, obviously, because you're going to have to replay it again. And you can, instead of having dash in here, you could throw your Scout Trooper in there, even low stars, low gear, like he's going to survive. Because really, Bam is the one, you want to get him basically in the stance, and then get all the whistling birds you can. And so there's 20 whistling birds, and he's going to hit that and take out a bunch of enemies, is our hope. There we go. So we're down to 2, and this is just cleanup at this point. They have a ton of stuff on them, and you can see boom, boom, thermal detonators. Get them out of there. And 3-star that node and get the bonus because it's all light side characters. And then you can go back, replay this one again, and get the Scout Trooper with that same team. I have, and you can see just getting some of these as we go through. We're only in Sector 2, but those are 3 teams I use quite a bit of. Right now here are the data discs. We got potency calibration. It's just okay. It's one of the early ones I had to pick up since we're still early in this Conquest. We haven't got all the discs that I really want. Volatile Accelerator is one that I like to use quite a bit. It's very important to have that one on your account because it does give you damage over time and stuff whenever they do that. So it helps there. Ruthless Offense, not as important, but it only takes up 1 spot, and early on it helps out quite a bit. And then Caustic Emissions is also very helpful. It does put on whenever they take turns and everything. So I think those are a few of them that I like to use. And then we've got Thermal Exhaust is another one that definitely is worthwhile there. Caustic Emissions does stack, so you can have multiple of them and get a lot of damage over time. The Thermal Exhaust doesn't stack, but it gives them 3 stacks of thermal detonators for 2 turns anytime they gain 5 debuffs. So by having the damage over time and everything, like you're adding enough debuffs where that Thermal Exhaust gets triggered. And then we've got Volatile Accelerator, or Volatile Vanguard, sorry. And then I also like Ruthless Swiftness, and what is the other one? Something, I can't think of the name of it now, and I haven't found it yet. And so it's very frustrating, but it does stack, and it is another good one to have, especially with these teams. I cannot think of for the life of me what the name of it is. Somebody in the comments can let me know the one that I'm trying to think of that everybody uses. It starts with an A, I feel like, and I haven't come across it this time, and so I have not been able to, add it to my account for this Conquest, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, so yeah, we're getting enough thermals every time. They get a bunch of debuffs every time they take a turn. So the Caustic Emissions with that does ramp up the thermal detonators and makes it a little easier to get through these, but it's going to take a little bit of time to get your data disk built up. Like, we're just through into Sector 2, halfway through, and we've got only these few data disks set up right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.